guys.
We weren't excited for that one. We're going to be like, no, I'm just kidding. But welcome back to another episode of the Talk of the Ring Show. You have your host,
Sabrina and
Harley. And on today's episode, we have none other than Andy Header.
Yay!
Hello. Well, no, I think you're muted. Okay, there we go.
Oh, okay. Now I can talk? All right.
Yeah.
Hello. How's it going? I'm here with
How
my
are
bad
you?
lighting. It's pretty good. I like it. Harley has a nice old belt. It looks all HD, and mine's all overly lighted and terrible. Oh, well.
It's fine.
I could make mine better.
No, yours is
bit.
fine. Mine's like the light's like shining down on my head, and I'm all, I don't know, too much brightness or overexposed. I don't know.
He says too much brightness. I feel that.
Yeah, for me. Yeah, not for you. It has the belt behind her. Like I have belts, but not the belt.
Yeah, I got none.
Oh my goodness. So we usually just started off pretty simple on like who trained you. I think he froze. We lost him.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me fine? Because you cut out.
No.
Try my phone, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe that might be better. So let me close off, start and restart, and I'll try my phone. So that way it won't freeze. And then like, what did you say? Okay, I'll try my phone.
Got it. Okay, so while he's away, just like putting this out there, guys, we are obviously in the same month as UCW for us. Crazy to think about how close this is.
Right? It's so soon, honestly. It's like we got a lot of
honestly, I'm nervous, but I'm excited at the same time.
Yeah, well, we got a lot of studying to do.
I have my studying down. I was talking to the wall earlier. The wall was my best friend. He didn't give me much feedback, but
yeah, that sucks.
It was
No, but I think that we should talk about AXW as it is tomorrow.
I'm so excited.
I'm super, super, super excited. Sabrina, who are you excited to see tomorrow?
So, okay, I know that you're probably going to think that I'm going to say Kakoa, but I'm actually really excited to meet Laszlo since we just had him on, and I have never met him before. I'm also excited to see David Goldie, which obviously neither of us, I don't think, have seen him before, but I've seen him in promos on his page, and he's pretty badass. He's a heel. He looks like he's a heel.
Yeah. So,
how about you?
Obviously, I am super, super, super excited to see Kakoa because I haven't seen him for 2 years. And I was thinking earlier, oh my God, it's so funny to me because of the fact the last time I seen him was literally like my 13th or 14th birthday.
And you're so old now.
Yeah. So, no, it's just crazy because I'm going to be turning 16. Oh my gosh.
God, the fact that you're turning 16 and I'm turning 27.
It's exciting. I'm super excited. But
I feel so old.
Yeah, we have a lot coming up though.
And PPW obviously is not having a show next week. So that's fine because it gives us a little bit of a break.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I honestly thought they were gonna blame JD and Mr. Ruda, but they didn't.
Never blame Ruda. Come after Ruda. You're
Never
going to get the wrath of Sabrina.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, so I was just gonna say something I forgot. Obviously make sure you're checking out UCW, gotta throw these promotions out there.
We're just promoting ourselves too, guys. Like, this is what we're doing.
I finally got stickers ordered. So if anyone's watching this, anyone stickers, send us a DM, be like, I want a sticker. Which I'm super excited about because I put a poll on our Instagram and I was like, vote which one you want. And, so I was like.
But you know what's funny, Harley, is like I knew what the numbers were, but a lot of
Mhm.
people messaged me and were like, I have no idea what numbers what. And I was like, I think it just goes 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, yeah, that's what I gotta bring up. Mr. Kage. Honestly, I don't think it was
Damn. I wasn't gonna name drop, but okay.
I don't think it was that hard to understand. Like, how do you read a book? Left to right, right? Exactly. So how would you read the numbers? Left to right. Duh, Mr. Kage.
Get your life together.
Exactly. Learn how to read. No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe
But
it's too many like hits in the ring. Sometimes like they have an issue with that.
yeah, maybe you got brain damage.
Are we starting to bash Kage now on this podcast? Oh my god.
Let's hope he doesn't watch this beginning part.
He's no, I think they had training tonight.
Maybe, possibly.
Yeah.
Who knows? I don't know.
No. But no, I'm really excited for tomorrow. I think it'll be a really nice matchup. I think it'll be nice to meet some guys that we've never met before and
Yeah.
kind of get them on our podcast and bring them under our spell. So
we have so many people booked for like the whole rest of January, and then February is gonna start filling up.
However, I will say February 9th, guys, is my birthday. That does land on a podcast day. And I need suggestions because I wanted someone real special on my birthday.
Yeah.
I know Harley wants someone special on her birthday too. So
I don't care. I mean, I'm grateful with whoever I get.
I'm trying, who I'm really trying to talk to is Richard Holiday for my birthday. Just because he's been through a lot in the past year and like he's just genuine and nice and his character's an ass, but
It was true. I don't know. I don't really care who we get. I'm more of like, we'll just go with it.
I don't know. Also, we do have a new intro that we are going to have eventually this year. It's still in the works. Just because, we're just trying to kill time at this point, guys, today. So
just talk about anything and everything.
Right. So I'm currently eating. No, I put my eating on pause for this podcast today. So
yeah, here he is.
There we go.
Okay, so I put a wire to my internet. So is this okay now?
It seems good.
Seems good right now.
Okay, I can hear you. Just say something and let me just see, like say anything just so I can make sure that we're on the same time.
Peanuts.
You said peanuts. Okay, Harley, you say something.
AXW.
AXW. Okay, we seem to be all right now. So I went and got an old school Ethernet wire. So I'm not on Wi-Fi. None of my devices are on. So we'd be able to have a conversation. Sorry.
All right.
Okay.
So we're gonna start out with the question of who's trained you.
Okay. Oh, you were now? No intro?
Yeah. We already did our intro. We're live in stereo, man.
Oh, okay. Oh, geez. Oh my. I'm sorry. So, I trained like when I got into like I think it's been like 16, 17 years now. So I had no idea. Like your hand was coming at that. I had no idea where to even go or anything like that. And it wasn't like now where there's schools everywhere. It was like you had to know somebody kind of. So I searched around and I found some guys that were, I forget how, it was on MySpace. MySpace was a thing. And guys on there that said they were training to wrestle at an airplane hangar in Jersey Shore, Pennsylvania, which is up past Williamsport. I know Jersey Shore, it's like what not the Jersey Shore, Jersey Shore, Pennsylvania. Why it's named that, no idea. So I initially started training with them for a while. It was cool, but there was like no heat in the airplane hangar and no air conditioning. It was just a building with a ring inside it. So I trained there for a little bit, and then I went to Chikara, which got canceled, but I trained there for a little bit, and that's where I got. At the time, Claudio was there, Cesaro, so he was training people with Mike Quackenbush. So that's how I kind of got started. But back then it was just so hard. Like now there's schools all over. Like you can drive 15 minutes, maybe half an hour to one. But like back then it was few and far between.
No, yeah, definitely. I know I've seen you wrestle for a long time from Hazleton to now Broadheadsville. So probably back to Hazleton, but we'll see where PPW is going to be in February, Oh my goodness. Tonight's gonna be one of
Yes, the show actually will be in 2 weeks, and then it's
Mhm.
we're having a little. I don't know why it's so slow. My internet. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. It's just a little glitchy.
Internet keeps cutting out, and I apologize. I don't know why.
You're okay. We'll just go with the flow, you know?
We always do.
Yeah, this is the only thing on. I mean, I could try my phone if that would be better, but I have to like hold it.
Yeah. No, it's we'll just go through and see what happens.
All right,
But
I didn't see if
obviously
I want. I'm sorry.
you're fine. So you said where like who trained you, but like who or what got you into wrestling?
Well, I watched as a kid. I don't remember like the first match. If people remember their very first match and who was in it. I don't remember who was in it. It was WWF at the time, and I remember it was a 6-man tag, so 3 guys versus 3 guys. And the only person I remember is Hacksaw Jim Duggan. But that's like when I got into like, this is cool. What is this? And I was a kid, so I didn't know. Like I didn't understand when wrestling comes on in time and all that because I was like 5. So I would just change TV channels and hope to find it until I finally like understood like, okay, it comes on at this time on Monday, and then back in the day Saturday morning and Sunday morning. So finding that, I just got hooked all of a sudden and watched it for years and years. And then like the mid 2000s, I noticed like a lot of indie places and stuff because I would read magazines and stuff at the time. Then when internet got big, on Facebook and everything, you could follow wrestling companies. And I'd be like, there's a lot of smaller guys. I'm not 6'8" or anything, so if they can do it, I can do it. So that's when I started seeing guys like that were like 5'10" doing it. I'm like, well, I can do it. I mean, like I always wanted to do it, but you're too small. Not that I'm 5'10". I'm not 4'3", but that's when I seen it. And I was like, I can do it, so I'm gonna try to do it. And because I've always loved it ever since I was young. I never stopped. Like, some people, I used to watch, but then I fell out for a few years. I watched it forever.
No, yeah. I think that's how it was for me. Like ever since the day I was young, I'm like, yes, wrestling's it, We love wrestling, but Sabrina, she's still a rookie.
Okay, no, I was in the picture for a while. Got out of it, just because of something that happened in my life, and now I'm back in it. So yeah, I am a rookie for a little bit, but I'm getting back into it.
Yeah, we got some Andy chats in the comments, but
I know.
But like, if you had to pick your dream opponent to go against, who would it be?
I heard you say who would it be, but
if you had a dream opponent.
Oh, okay. Right now, probably Bryan Danielson. Daniel Bryan, for those who don't know his indie name / AEW name. He's one of my favorites. Also, Chris Jericho's always been one of my favorites. And then to go to New Japan, Kazuchika Okada, the current world champion, just won it at Wrestle Kingdom, and former world champion. They'd be like my top 3. And, I always wanted to wrestle. People kind of laugh like John Cena. I think that'd be cool just because it's John Cena. He's like the Hulk Hogan of now. But John Cena would be up there on the list just to be like, I wrestled John Cena,
No, yeah, definitely. He's still kicking it with his bald spot.
Hey, be nice, because I love John Cena.
It's fine. Oh my God, my biggest memory of Andy Header is the fact when we were, I don't know, I think we were in Hazleton at this point, or maybe we just came back and we were in Broadhurstville. I don't know. I don't remember the show, but there was one show and I screamed at you and I was like, you have a bald spot. You were like, thank you. And oh my God, that's like every time I think Andy Header, I'm like, that's the memory. But that's what every time.
And what can you do? You lose your hair. You can't. If I could change it, I would. But there's not much I can do about it.
Yeah, it's fine. You could just.
I
wear
clip mine in, so it's fine.
Oh, well, there you go. Extensions. Nothing wrong with extensions.
Yeah, exactly. When you imagine Andy Header just comes out with like long female hair.
Right, like an extension, like a wig, like just done.
Oh my gosh, that'd be so funny.
Yeah.
But okay, so
I often wonder, like, how do you wrestle and like keep like?
yeah, that's true. Can you imagine we just see hair flying? Andy lost his hair. That'd be so freaking funny.
like
Wig snatched.
Yeah, right. Then we just see Justin coming out with the freaking.
there has to be somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. So
There's my cat wants to do a run in here.
oh my god.
Oh, usually Harley has her cat on here.
Yeah, I don't know where they're at.
Yeah, that's one of my 2 cats. That's Jedi. He just was standing right here, and I was like, well, he wants to say hello.
He's like, you can't leave me out. Yeah, my cats, I don't know, they're missing. They're usually in here with me, but not today. But so obviously, I've seen you as a heel and I've seen you as a face. But which one would you say you prefer?
Sometimes it's you shut up, and that's a little easier, and sometimes that's more fun. But now it's at the point when you get good at both, it doesn't matter to me, like either or. I haven't been heel in like forever now, so it's almost like that'd be fresh and different. So I'd like to do it, but either one. But I know a lot of people either come out and be like, "Hey, there's my cat again." Just come out and be like, "Shut up, idiot," and get the crowd to hate you. But either one, I don't mind.
Yeah, definitely. I would say because you're going to be at UCW, I'd say love to see you come back as a heel there, but Adrian's going to be there and he's basically a heel. So we can't have like 2 heels.
We can't do it.
No.
Who knows? We'll see. Maybe one day at PPW you'll come back.
Usually when they do yes, usually when there is a match where it's 2 heels, it's all the crowd's like, we don't know what to do. We're just gonna sit here and go like this, and because there's no one to cheer for.
Yeah, exactly. They're undecisive.
I'm very decisive. Heel all the way. I will root for the heel till the day that I die.
But yeah, so
hey, everyone has their favorites.
yes. Oh, Sabrina,
it's
every
always
time
fans do something, then do nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Were you just about to throw me under the bus, Harley?
Me?
Yeah.
No, not me. Never that. I have too much knowledge.
Okay. So Harley, I'm gonna ask you this since you've seen him for so long. What was your favorite match with Andy Header?
I don't know, man. Andy Header. I used to hate Andy. Like all due with respect, I used to hate him. But
thank you.
It's
thank you.
Well, I guess if you're being a competent bad guy, then that's good, right?
I think it was because of the fact you were with Ryan Race. And Teletubby and you do not go together. That was his nickname, okay? You can literally ask him.
No, I mean, I heard like part of your insult. It sucks that I can't hear you like exactly. Do I maybe try my phone?
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah, go ahead. Try your phone.
Because okay, all right. Sorry.
You're fine.
Okay,
this was literally
while he's off, we can talk about the ones that we've seen him in because he'll watch this back, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So he was with Teletubby apparently.
I
don't think one of my favorite matches was not at PPW though. I saw him at RXW in Reading.
Yeah,
6 minutes from my house, and he was going against the milkman. I like to call him, but it's the British guy.
The British guy.
I call him the milkman for some reason. I don't know. And I was like, come on, Andy. But again, I'm telling you, when I first saw him, if you put his hair on Trevor Kage, there's Seth Rollins right there.
I can see that. Yeah. I'm gonna pull up some Andy Header matches and let's see, like ones I've seen. I know I've seen way too many.
I know I've seen him at PPW. I just can't remember what matches he was in.
Yeah. So tomorrow he's gonna be going against Goldie.
Oh.
I'm obviously going Team Header.
I'm going Team Goldie.
And then his latest match he was in was the Team PPW, which was TJ Masters, Andy Header, Tom Mitchell, and the Dodo Bird, Johnny Moran.
Dodo Bird.
No, I'm just kidding.
I am sorry.
You're good.
We're just talking about some of your previous.
We're talking mad smack on you right now.
Oh my
No.
god, well, that's terrible. As I have a tripod, so I don't know why my computer is being stupid, but hopefully this is better. See my cool. Yeah, sure. Okay.
I think.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Well, continue talking terrible about me.
We were going over the matches that we liked you in, and I said I saw him at RXW, and you went against. You were in that at the last one. You were the tag team with the British Milkman. Well, you were going against him.
It was me and the Patriot versus Mr. Ooh La La and James Winthrop III.
See, I don't call him James Winthrop. I call him the Milkman.
The Milkman? Why do you call him the Milkman?
Because when I was 14, I don't think I already told Harley this. When I was 14, I saw him at a wrestling event, and it was him versus SPF, South Philly's Finest, him and someone else. And I was going, I hate you, da da da, my little 14-year-old self. That was like freaking how many years ago. And he turns to me, he goes, maybe you should be in the field milking the goats. And I was like, oh. So then ever since then, I've had a hatred towards him of like, okay, now you're the British Milkman. So.
Why would you be milking goats? That don't make any sense.
I don't know what the joke was there, but apparently I'm supposed to be in the field.
Well, get in the field and milk a goat. I don't know. I know goat milk is a thing, but I don't know if it works like that.
But we were also talking about your match this past month at PPW, that your team PPW with Tom Mitchell and Dodo Bird, apparently. And, we were talking about that match, and it was like kind of just, I would hate to say this. I'm going to say it anyways. It's our podcast. I was rooting for Team Ruda, but.
You can cheer for who you want. That's.
Oh, yeah. I cheer for the heel. I'm telling you, I'm a horrible fan. I'm a horrible fan. Because I will always go, okay, like Andy Header's a cool person, but like he's going against Ruda, and like I can't say no.
I, on the other hand,
well, I mean, you can cheer.
Yeah.
Cheer for who you want, boo for who you want. I don't mind. At least
well,
you're
I
there
can tell you straight out. We were
uh,
talking about your match for tomorrow, and she goes, "Ooh, I'm Team Header," and I was like, "Goldie, I definitely have seen his promo that he posted today," and I was sitting here going, "He's trashing Header. I don't know. I don't know." I said, but I've never met him, so
yeah.
I don't think I've ever met him either, so it would be a first for me. I did a quick promo, but that was at the last AXW show. It was still Outbreak at the time for him, and they posted it, but it was a real quick one. I don't know the guy. I know his name's Goldie, and it's like not the coolest name out there, but we'll see how he is. He trains at the Monster Factory. We'll see tomorrow, I guess. I ain't coming to lose.
It's crazy that you're just going to meet. Yeah, that you're officially going to meet him. I mean, granted, I didn't officially talk to you until RXW, so.
Yeah. I mean, I seen you at the PPW. I always sit by the wall, like on the side. Kind of seems like. Oh, sometimes you're on the other side too.
Where you see Harley, you usually see me. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think. I was gonna say I don't think they're gonna be at that building anymore. I know that's kind of why they're not having the show in January. So the new building probably for February. So that'll be interesting.
I'm excited. To see. I've been on the road with PPW since like almost day one. So like I've seen all the transformation, like new wrestlers coming in and out, new buildings. Mm-hmm. I'm super excited to see what happens.
Yeah, it's always exciting to see a new building and maybe be a little bit closer, not have to drive like an hour and a half in a direction out where there's nothing there but like supermarket. So
Exactly.
I'm excited. I don't know what my match will be. I know I was like, when they didn't announce any matches for January, I'm like, something must be. They announced a match or two by now, and it's like it's getting awful close here. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah. Well, you just gotta stay tuned, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
But
tomorrow should be pretty good. Next
yeah,
month I'll plug at the end. Plug at the end.
it's fine. We'll just, you know.
Mhm.
So if you got a call today from AEW and WWE, which one would you take?
Easy, AEW.
Yes.
Don't even have to think about that for 1 second. Now the news broke today that Vince is coming back to possibly sell it or something. Will he be booking again? Will he control it? I don't know. And WWE has always been the place for big dudes. You're 6'2" and up 250 pounds. So I'm not 6'2", 250. So I think I would fit better in AEW. I mean, would I like to be in NXT? Well, not NXT now so much as NXT a couple years ago. Yeah, sure, but I mean, I would love to be in the world. That would be one goal. But other than that, I would rather be in AEW and wrestle on Dynamite and Rampage much, much more. And I like not that there's not good wrestlers in WWE, because of course there is AJ Styles, Seth Rollins, and lots of good guys. Johnny Gargano. But AEW.
Yeah.
That's it.
In like this
Yeah.
case, me and Sabrina, I think I'm more team WWE and she's more team AEW. I'm like
But it's good
I
for the
barely
market.
watch. Yeah, I barely
You
watch
you
AEW.
got both sides there, and you don't have to just like one. You can watch all the wrestling. Like I tell people, go watch indie wrestling, because you might see somebody that you really like, and then in a couple of years, then they will be on WWE or AEW.
I can be honest with you, I haven't seen an episode of WWE in forever.
That's all right. SmackDown's on right now, I think. So I know Rampage and Battle of the Belts are on tonight, and that's like a 2-hour thing. But speaking of going to indie shows and see people that are now signed, how about Action Andretti? Was PPW star, now he's in AEW.
That's so crazy. Like I keep seeing like his promo pics. I'm like, oh my god, that's so crazy. Like I haven't even got the chance to have a picture with him, and I'm never gonna get a picture with him.
I've had that privilege, so
there you go. You should have got a picture while you had the chance. See, that's why you should go to these shows. And if you remember, for your birthday match, it was me and Bro Keller versus Action Andretti and Slade, right? Just Slade. Yep. How about that? So there you go.
I should have got a picture.
You should have.
I got too many pictures with him. That's the thing. I have too many pictures.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You can never have
Yeah, exactly. You can never have too many. I have tons, but I don't think I have a picture with Andy Header. I don't think I have a picture with Slade. I know for a fact I have one. I got many with Keller, but that's the only one. So I gotta
get a picture.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Oh, you coming tomorrow as well? Wow, that's cool.
Yeah,
we're picturing it out tomorrow, Harley. We have to do this. We have to get a lot of pictures tomorrow.
That's fine. There will be many there. I know Kelly will be taking pictures ringside. She's doing special family pictures before. Dennis is taking pictures of the show. I think there's 3 picture people there. So yeah, there's plenty of opportunities for pictures to be taken.
Yeah, I'm super, super excited for tomorrow. Not just for your match, but I'm super excited to see Keikoa. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen him in so freaking long. The last time I seen him was COVID era, like March 2020.
Oh, wow.
So
it's been longer for that for me. Way longer.
You remember the PPW one Rumble he was in? But that was like 2019, probably something like that. Do you know how they did the Royal Rumble thing? He was in that, I believe. Yeah. That would have been. But even 2019 is what, 4 years ago now, 3 years ago.
That's crazy. But there's a lot of good names going to be there tomorrow. Andy Header, Keikoa. We have whatever his name is, the vegan boy.
Leo Sparrow. He threw spinach in my face down there before. He's been PPW. Yeah. He's the world's champion, or the champion of the world, the planet's champion. There you go.
We have Laszlo coming tomorrow.
Yes. The main event is Matt Quaid versus Ian Bush, 2 out of 3 falls, I believe, for what will now be the AXW heavyweight title. So that should be pretty cool. You can meet a lot of people there. We're talking AXW at the Hamburg Fieldhouse, Hamburg, Pennsylvania tomorrow. And tickets start at $5. They bring out the bleachers, and you can pay $5 and watch it. So that'd be awesome. Yeah, there's a lot of people there tomorrow. It should be pretty good. It's kind of like a new start for the company, even though the name AX I've used 4 years ago, 5 years ago. I was on 2 shows that they did. I might did a couple more. And then they changed the Outbreak because a couple guys left, backstage people and stuff. And now Kevin Kelly owns it, and now it's AXW. Kevin Kelly, who just did commentary for Wrestle Kingdom, New Japan. He was in Japan. I guess he's probably back now, hopefully. So.
But yeah, so do you sell any merch? I'm just having one of those days that my brain is just like.
I'm sitting here going, I got you. I can read your mind. Like.
yeah, we're both like, do you? Yep. So, so I do, like, when I started, getting t-shirts made were so expensive that in order to sell them and make profit, like, you'd have to sell for like $25-$30, and then, like, who's paying that on an indie show, So you had to take a cut unless you could find one. Like, I found ones that had like a logo, and then if you put their logo on the back of the shirt.com, they would knock like so much money off your order. So I did that. So I actually have a few of them by extra larges. I'll just give them out. I say I found some. I do have another one of me. Like, I'm really lazy with merchandise. It's an art picture of me, but I'm very small on it. So I'm going to take them tomorrow, and I might just give them out or something for like $5 because they're purple and green. It's a little picture of me flying as a superhero, but I'm just too small. Like, the picture, like, imagine the picture right now, like, if you picture, I'm just a little tiny on it. So not that it's bad art, I'm just too small. And then I have a bandana. So I will sell those tomorrow. I have blue, green, pink, orange, and purple with my age logo on them. So I do want to get like a really cool shirt, like a little awesome art, but like, you gotta pay for the art and stuff. I'm just lazy about it.
Yeah, that's true. I think a lot of people go in debt because of like bills and like shopping and stuff. I think my going in debt is gonna be buying wrestling stuff.
Well, hey,
I was just about to say that. I was about to say, yeah, people are going in debt because of bills, and Harley's over here just buying the shirts.
Buying wrestling. Hey, if you look up behind me right there, I spent a little money on belts, so I can't say anything about buying wrestling merchandise. But hey, if you're gonna buy anything, buy it from an indie guy who, if you go to WWE and buy a shirt, what's the $30 going to? Like, Edge ain't gonna get the money. If you buy it from an indie guy, whoever it is, he could use that money for gas that night, or her, so much more appreciated on the indie level. Not say don't go buy a Roman Reigns shirt, buy it if you want to, but much more appreciated on the indie level because the guys can use it immediately.
Yeah, for sure. I think with me getting back in indie wrestling, I found it like really complimenting to get these shirts because I don't wear them as often, but it's just like the fact of like you're supporting these people and you're getting to see them and talk to them in one-on-one. Like, you guys are so personable. Like, we keep saying all the time, like with these indie shows, like it's about personable, and like you guys actually take the time and talk to your fans, where it's like if you go to WWE, you're not going to have the chance to talk to like Austin Theory, or if you go to AEW, you're not going to have the chance to talk to Cole Carter. Like, so these indie shows are very important for the fans. So
yeah, because you can always meet. Usually, every indie show at intermission, the wrestlers will come out, most of them anyway, and you can get a picture. I mean, or buy merch or something. And then before or after the show, it's not like WWE because you can't really, they're coming in the back. You don't even see them at all, other than when they wrestle. So yeah, indie wrestling is much more personal, closer experience, and you get to meet the person, get to know them, you have them on Facebook and interact with them more so than you can with the major stars. And then it's cooler because, like, if you know the guy and then he gets real popular, or the girl, and then you're like, well, I knew them when, and like he liked my picture or something, and now he's in WWE. So it's cool like that. And we just lost Sabrina. Sabrina's dead, everyone.
Yeah, she died. It's fine. Yeah. I'm sure she can handle it.
She got canceled.
Yeah, but what would you say is like your favorite part about wrestling?
Probably like I know probably the actual matches. I mean, there's a lot that I love about wrestling. I like the characters, everything, the over the top thing, and then of course the moves. But like the actual match, I guess, like when it comes down to it, when there's a really good match and like you could tell, like when you watch one match, it's okay, and you'll leave and you're like, yeah, it was okay. It was, it wasn't horrible, but I won't remember it tomorrow. When you see a match that's awesome, that gets your mind like, that was such a good match, and I really enjoyed that, and you remember it, and even like, hey, remember, 3 years ago we seen so and so wrestle, it was so good, just like Bailey versus Sasha Banks at the NXT when they had that first match. It was awesome. Like everyone remembers that, Like what was their match on show? I don't know. So
Yeah, like
I that's
go
what I
ahead.
like the most. I like when the matches are really good. I mean, there's everything. I like gimmicks, even though I don't have a crazy gimmick, but like I don't want to be like a garbage man or anything like that. And then gear. I love designing gear. So we talk about that. My gear I design all my own. I don't make it, but I send it to like I draw it up and I color it with crayon, and I send it to a guy and he makes it. So I like having really colorful gear. So I always said, like, if you see a wrestler and they look interesting, like before they do anything, you're like, let's watch this guy because he looks cool. So
Yeah, exactly. I think the big things in wrestling are like their intro and their gear, because that's what attracts, like, okay. Like I remember so many names, like Trevor Kage now, who is in PPW. When
Mhm.
he first debuted, nobody had any idea who he was until he came and we seen his gear and his intro. That's what makes people like them and be like, yes, I'm gonna cheer for that person. But, like, on the,
Yeah,
like, level of matches, me and Sabrina say it all the time. We're like, there are those matches that we're like, "Can someone just pin someone already? Because 'Cause we're just sitting here and we just want it to be over, you know?
yeah, and
We don't even care who wins."
that's when you're a wrestler. Like that's what you don't want. It's like you don't want to be like, oh, just wrap it up already, Jesus. Like bring it home. Yeah, like that happens a lot of times. The matches go too long, or maybe people just aren't interested from the start, and they're wrestling. You're like, I don't care. Like that's the worst. And like you'd rather have people hate you and yelling at both wrestlers than just sitting there like, like I want to go
Exactly.
home. You know?
Yeah, exactly. So, like, that is your favorite part of wrestling, but what would you say is your the hardest part about wrestling?
Um, Probably the hard, like one thing I don't like is we have to drive far. That's not fun, obviously. But the hardest part probably for a lot of people is having charisma and being a character. Like if I just came out like and I was like, hey guys, I'm ready to wrestle. Like a lot of guys will come out there and they have no personality or anything. They're playing. Maybe they can do moves. They can do like a cool flip or something. But then after that, they stand there like,
Yeah.
like charisma. Probably having being a character, being a little bit larger than life is hard. I don't find it personally that hard, but I know a lot of people do, and it is hard for a lot of people to find themselves and to be a character and be themselves and to feel comfortable coming out like just punching someone. Like that's hard. Like being a character is hard for a lot of people. Not so much for me, not to brag or anything, but
Yeah.
that's probably the hardest part. Like a lot of people know how to do body slam, they know how to do like a punch and an arm drag, but then they like you give them a hand or microphone, just like you know. So yeah, that's probably the hardest part is developing a character and being entertaining and having people want to watch you more so than just doing cool moves.
No, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I don't know. I think something's going on with like StreamYard itself. Like Sabrina got kicked out. You were having some problems. I think, and I don't think it's showing any comments. So
No,
I
I'm
think,
not seeing any.
yeah. So I think something's maybe going on with StreamYard. Like, I see some comments now. Like my dad, he's still Andy.
Cheering for me. Thank you.
Exactly. And now he says header.
No, so for my first name and my last name. So
Yeah, exactly. But I think something like StreamYard itself is maybe going on. But so obviously, I've seen you, like, I think I said this like kind of in the beginning, but I've seen you go from Hazleton to Broadheadsville. Would you say there's like a difference, like in the crowd, the fans, whatever?
uh, a little bit like it is like we're talking the distance of probably like an hour and some between the two towns.
Yeah.
So I liked it when it was in the school because of the bleacher seating. It was cooler and felt more like
Yeah.
an arena. Felt a little bit bigger. Obviously, the building in Broadheadsville is physically smaller, but it's been packed it many times. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know. The crowds, like after a while, like Broadheadsville, things are good and bad. But I kind of think that overall it was a little bit crowd-wise better at Hazleton in the school. What was it, St. Mary's? So I think it was a little bit better. Yeah, but I mean, the crowds were still good at Broadheadville. I like the building in Hazleton, so that's why I'm probably more partial to that. It was bigger, you know, there was no ceiling right here, so like, I like that one better. I think the crowds were a little bit better. Not that the crowds were bad. I mean, up and down in Broadheadsville, you know, because it is like it's a town that's kind of in the middle of nowhere. Like, there's nothing really around except for grocery stores and Wawa and CVS. So
Yeah, that's true. My mom, every time, that's the only reason I think she comes to like PVW. She's like, you know, I gotta get Wawa afterwards. I'm like, Mom, that's not the like, don't come to wrestling shows just for Wawa. I mean, I
yeah.
know it's good, but
And it's not even like a full-fledged Wawa because it doesn't have gas. It's like a smaller Wawa.
exactly, it's just there for the food
Mm-hmm.
and restrooms, but the restrooms are never working.
Oh, jeez, I've never used the one there. Last time I stopped in, I bought a soda, and it was actually after it was the wrestling was going on. I was coming back from my friend's house who lives out past it, and I stopped in there, and I was like, "Oh yeah, this is that Wawa." I was like, "Oh yeah." No, I wasn't really impressed, but yeah. So hopefully the new building will be nicer, but who knows? We'll see.
Yeah. So like with the new like I'd say new, like but it's not new, but like with the new PPW roster, is there anyone that you would like to face that you haven't yet?
Yeah. I did want to have a match with Action and Drake, but I guess that ain't gonna happen now because he's elsewhere. Bro Keller, very good. And we had that match for your party, and that was the only time I think I was in like a 6-man or Survivor Series match. And I think we did a little bit in a Royal Battle Royal type match. But yeah, if I get a one-on-one match with Bro Keller, that would be awesome. VSK, he's been often at PPW. He's pretty good. Looking for him. Like I'll wrestle basically anyone. I mean, there's guys I'll see and I'm like, oh, he's really good, and I'd like to wrestle him. But yeah, Bro will probably be at the top of the list out of people that are like currently in PPW. Chris Slade, we haven't had a singles match ever, so that would be awesome. As I think, trying to think more. Brian Johnson, I know now he's in Mecca. I'd like to wrestle him. So yeah, a couple people, right off the top of my head, you know. Oh, Killian McMurphy. We had a little thing at a Battle Royal. I forgot he came back to PW. I would love to wrestle Killian. Book that someone, please.
I think out of like the new roster, I would like to see you face Johnny Moran.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I want you to kick his behind because everyone who watches this podcast knows how much hate I have for that man. So I'd be like, let's go. I'd be the loudest person there. Like you wouldn't be able to hear anybody else.
That's good. Yeah, I wrestled him before, not for PPW. Well, we did have that one match where I was like ding 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 super red punch, and that was it. But yeah, I wrestled him in one. It was called ACW. They used to run, but then since the Corona, they haven't had a show. But I did wrestle him, so I wrestled him twice. But yeah, I'd wrestle John Moran again.
Yeah, I totally, I want to, I say that, I think I've been saying that every last episode. I'm like, I want you to go against Johnny Moran and kick him behind. But, you know, I told Lucius Crow and Phil Insane, I want you to face him and kick his ass. I don't know. I don't have the like for him. So I'm like, you suck, except when he came in December and like he helped championship material, I think, win that match. I was like, yes. But then I'm like, I still hate you.
Not you, but I hate you. Yeah, no. Me versus Johnny, I'll beat him for you. How about that?
Exactly. So I'll be like, yes.
Yeah.
Told you. But so like as for shows, obviously you're at PPW, you're at I'm pretty sure you're at AXW, and then you're gonna be at I don't know about
yeah, it's UCW. I believe it's Undisputed Championship Wrestling.
yeah.
One show before they run on a Sunday, which is sometimes hard for people, sometimes easier for people. I actually have the address right here. It is January 22nd, and it's also in Hazleton at the it doesn't say the name of the Terrence Plaza, 601 South Poplar Street on Hazleton. And that show does start. It's earlier on Sunday, so the doors open at 2. No, the show starts at 2. Doors open at 1:30. So that is January 22nd. UCW. I'll be wrestling Adrian Sorrentino. To get a chance to win back my PPW television title, which I had 2 times before. So if I beat him again, I'll give him a third time. So yeah, UCW. I'll be there. I know that
not many other shows lined up. I know AXW has 8 shows scheduled for the year, all in Hamburg at the Field House. So obviously the first one will be this Saturday at the 7th, tomorrow. So yeah, that's really that and PPW. I know their dates; they kind of have all planned out. The next one is going to be February 11th, so 3 days before Valentine's Day. Bring your date to PPW at whatever building you'll be at. Guess I can't plug it too much. Yeah, so that's my main 2 right now. And then whoever wants to, book me, or if I can get on a show, I will. RCW that Sabrina brought up before. They have some dates, I believe, in April. They have 2 coming up. I'm not exactly sure. So yeah, I mainly stay around like the Northeast Pennsylvania area, but I get around sometimes Jersey, Delaware,
Pretty much
Maryland.
everywhere.
Yeah, wherever I can go. Obviously I can get on a plane and fly to Texas, because not for $20. So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, but if anyone's watching this, then you can find me on Facebook or Twitter, and we talk, and I'll come wrestle for you. I'd love to. I love wrestling new places.
Yeah, exactly. So we have my dad in the chat. He goes, "Your mom said," I think he means shut. Your mom said, "Shut your mouth about her and Wawa." It's just the fact. See? But then we have the Pro Wrestling Podcast in the chat saying, "Yo, what up, Andy?"
Hey, how's it going? I like that little character they have for their
Yeah.
icons. Well, they're on YouTube apparently.
Yeah. So me and Sabrina are actually going to be coming on their podcast, I think January 17th.
Oh,
With,
nice.
I know, me and Sabrina said we have so many upcoming like shows, podcasts, and it's like so crazy because we were thinking, okay, next weekend's going to be PPW, and then that following weekend we have UCW because me and Sabrina are like partnered with them, and then they have BPW that following weekend with
that's also on a Sunday. Yeah, that's like the 28th.
Yeah.
What Sunday is? Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna see. I think Miss Sabrina, she says she's been trying to get in, but it won't let her. So I'm gonna ask her to send some questions, but let me think. Let's talk about some of like your old previous matches. Like I know, I think you were like a tag team kind of with it was you, Pat Sawyer, probably Johnny Moran. I want to see Johnny Moran was also in that.
For that group, it was I just forgot the name of the group. Undisputed? No, Undisputed Era. I was getting mixed up with it. I was not in Undisputed Era with Adam Cole. Undeniable was it called? Something like that. It was a huge group. Yeah, and when I came in, they said we're gonna put you with them, okay? And then they said we're gonna put you with Pat Stewart, who was legitimately 7 foot tall, big dude. So they had us a tag team in the heel group. We were managed by Ryan Race. I don't know. The group really didn't go anywhere, and then it felt like it had too many people in it. Like, who else was in it? I believe there was Sammy Pandora was in it.
I think at one point she was.
And then I think also Miranda was in it. Then they added Clutch Adams was in it, and then like another kid. John West was in it. It became like NWO. Like there's just too many people in this group, and then it's like that bad guy group. Let's let them come out and feud with people. So
yeah, exactly.
I think it was just too many people and no direction, and like was Clutch the unofficial leader? I don't know. And then Pat stopped coming, but he was at the last PPW, so I was like, whoa, yeah, he's a New York guy, so it is a haul for him to get down to PPW. But
yeah, I remember.
It was fun. That was in the Hazelton days. Sorry.
No, you go.
No, it was in the Hazelton days. The being in the group was kind of cool. I like tagging with Pat. We didn't get to do too much. I know we wrestled. If you were there, remember Hernandez from TNA?
I don't know.
Probably no. They brought him in. We wrestled him one time. Bob Holly, Hardcore Holly. Yeah, I don't know if you were there for that one. It was like me and I think Johnny and someone else versus like Hardcore Holly and maybe South Philly or something. They all blend together after a while, but yeah, the heel group was fun, but yeah, no direction kind of ruined that. It's like, where are we going? Who's the leader? I don't know.
Yeah, so it could be for PPW or any titles, but what titles would you like to go for?
Like if you can go for any title out now, I'll take a title shot at any of them. Like the main PPW one would be nice. I don't know if UCW, like I know they have the heavyweight title that HC Loke has. Wouldn't mind a shot at that, but I don't think they have like an intercontinental type title. I'm not sure. I know they have a tag title because they're going to be doing a tag tournament. I think that starts at this next show. I'll say I got my shot at the PPW television title, so I don't need another one. I don't want to win. I only need one. The whatever the new Outbreak, the AXW title will be called. Give me a shot at that. It's because either it's going to be McWay or Ian Bush. Ian Bush has it now, but McWay might win. We don't know. Find out tomorrow. So I wouldn't mind a title shot at whoever wins that match. So,
Exactly.
off the top of my head, you know, obviously like the AEW world title. Why not? You know.
Yeah, right.
Me versus MJF, sure.
Yeah, you just want the gold, you know?
Yeah, and like right behind me here. Yeah, more gold the better. I like belts. Who doesn't like belts?
Yeah, exactly. So in the chat, my dad goes and says he punished her from live. She's a heel. And then Pro Wrestling Podcast said three's a crowd is what they say.
Oh wow.
Sorry, Sabrina.
Yeah, sorry, Sabrina. Go home. Well, she is dead, so I know when you leave the stream with that.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
not.
it's like a TV show. You know, you get killed off. You're done.
Exactly.
That's such you can't come back in. I don't know why. Now, like ever since I switched my phone, which is on my Wi-Fi, is better than my computer plugged into my internet. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. And then we lost her, so it's like if it's not one, it's the other.
You're flying solo here, but that's okay. I'll keep it. I've done a podcast or two in my days.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just like I'm so used to like going back and forth with questions with her, and now my brain's like, what do I ask now?
Yeah, that sucks. Like she just can't. I wonder what, like, is she like tapping and it's like, nope, you're not allowed. You're not allowed. You're not allowed. Private chat.
Yeah, probably. So now we have UCW in the chat. They're saying tell Andy to get on that promo.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I will do that after this. How about that? I totally forgot. I'm a busy person. Sometimes I totally forget on things. So I'm sorry. I will do a promo for the show, which is January 22nd. How about that guy right here? So
Exactly.
yeah, it should be a good show too. I believe this is their second show. They can type in the chat if I'm wrong, but at least the second show. So we'll see. Hopefully, you know, wish them all the best. All the indie, you know, I want all the indie shows to do good. Like some people are like, oh, I don't like that one, and I want this one. I want them all to do good. The more that do better, the better for wrestling. The more the guys can make money and the girls can make money. So I want everyone to go out, and if you live near an indie show, go see it. Check it out at least once. I mean, if it sucks, then don't go back. But at least check it out once.
Yeah, exactly. I love everyone knows how much I love wrestling. So I'm like, you know what, Dad, we're going to that show. And then he's like, okay, we have a show every weekend. We can't do any more. I'm like, I know, I love it.
Yeah.
He's like,
I mean, and then, you know, and some if you can go every weekend, go. I mean, it's not, you know, sometimes you need a weekend off, so that's understandable. Just like Lil Gavin that comes to, like, they go to shows almost every weekend.
Oh my gosh, we love Gavin. Every episode we have, we always say something about Gavin. We love him.
Did you get one of his little like trading cards now?
I don't think so. I don't know.
I have it. I think it's over at my table there. I would show it. It's like a little card. He looks like Jim Cornette on it. So it's pretty cool. What a life that kid is leaving. So for those who don't know, Gavin is, I think, what, 8, 9, somewhere around there.
So yeah.
Yeah, and his dad brings him to all the local indie shows, and he dresses up as different wrestlers, like the Iron Sheik and John Cena, Orange Cassidy, Jim Cornette. So, like, I couldn't imagine being a little kid. Like, I'm maybe he's even younger than that. Maybe he's 7 or so. He's definitely under 10. And like, going to shows and meeting wrestlers, like, that's so awesome. Like, he'll remember that forever. Even if, like, he stops liking wrestling and, you know, never watches again after he's, you know, 15. He'll be like, I remember my dad took me on the shows and I met all the guys and it was so cool and I had such a fun time. So, and he goes to a lot of baseball games too. So what a life that kid has. I'm jealous. I'm jealous of a 7-year-old kid.
Exactly. He has such an adventurous life. He does so much. He's loved by so many.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, exactly.
And what a great dad to Palmer to take him to all these shows. Like that's awesome. Like it's so cool. That's like, you know, I say hello to them and I gave them a Christmas card. Like I gave you a Christmas card. So and Sabrina, who's dead to the world right now.
Yeah, she's dead. So if anyone wants to, like, if anyone's hopping in and you're wondering where Sabrina is, she died.
Yeah, she died. She
So
died in a horrible boating accident.
yeah, so if you go to AXW tomorrow, you won't see her. She's dead.
Maybe you'll see a ghost. No, you'll see her. We'll do
Right?
the old the sitcom thing. You'll see her sister.
Yeah, her twin sister.
Yeah, love Rena.
No, but so if you had to be in like a tag team of your choice, who would you choose as your tag team partner?
Hmm. Uh, uh, I'm trying to think. Like, I'll pick someone like famous. Obviously, I had the tag team with Matt Turner, Blue and Gold, which we had the name, and I never really liked the name so much, but just stuck. Well, whatever. If I had to be in a tag team right now, Jesus, I'm trying to think like who would be cool that we can pick like a funny name. How about I'll pick someone from AW. Obviously, me and Brian Danielson, but I don't know. I don't think we'd mesh, you know. And then me and Danhausen could be Hetterhausen, but I don't know if me and Danhausen would be the best tag team either. As I try and think, like, how about me and Kenny Omega? Maybe I don't know. Maybe like the video game guys. We have like a Street Fighter thing. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah,
You know,
maybe.
there's a lot of people I would tag up with. Sometimes that's like the best tag teams. I take two guys, put them randomly together, and it just works. And like what they did with Kenny and Hangman, or trying to think of WWE thing. Kind of Matt Riddle and Randy Orton. They got that kind of like took two guys that didn't really didn't really on paper look good, and they put them together and they worked. So
Yeah.
there you go. I think Matt Riddle's kind of like he has his problems, so he's not on TV right now. I'll pick someone from WWE. Maybe me and.
I'd say AJ Styles.
That'd be awesome, me and AJ. We could both be AJs. Like I could just be AJ, and my middle name starts with J. So we both be two AJs. How about that? No, AJ Styles. I've always liked AJ Styles. You know, he wrestled at like one of the very early PPW shows.
Oh my gosh, I
was not there.
remember. I don't think I was there, but I know. Oh my god, I think it was R-Truth. Maybe there was someone like big time there, and I was like, I think that was my first like PPW show when there was like a big name star there, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is why I love wrestling.
Yeah, I
But I
never come to meet AJ, who at the
Yeah.
time I think he just won the or just lost the New Japan World Title, the IWGP. So like it was like he wasn't a nobody at the time. He had his run in TNA, and it was like I think it was a little bit before he came to WWE, but not too long.
Yeah, exactly. So UCW says, first time I met him, I was a manager and Mike Mitchell kicked me out the ring. I landed right in front of him as the Iron Sheik, and he goes to me now, and you know what it means to be humbled.
I believe he's talking about Gavin because he's not. I was never the Iron Sheik, so I think that's what he did. That's pretty cool.
Love it.
Everyone
Yeah.
has their when they met Gavin, what character he's dressed. He's dressed like Sergeant Slaughter. I know I've seen a couple shows like that. So yeah, the kid's living a great life, and that's cool that like everyone remembers him. He was so and so when I see him. You know, that's cool.
Oh my gosh, he's the sweetest. And he says exposure. Well, UCW says exposure is best for everyone.
Absolutely, yeah. The more exposure, the better. Even if you're on a show that's like some little crappy show, maybe there's like only 50 people there. Maybe that one person sees you from that. Maybe they share a video and someone sees that video at a bigger place, and they say, "Hey, that guy was great. Let's get him." So, there's no such thing as like bad exposure unless you're doing something terrible. But like, as long as you're just wrestling on a show and not doing anything to get canceled, there's no such thing as like bad. Like, go have the match. It can't hurt. You know what I'm saying? Unless you get hurt. But let's say you have a match, everything goes great. Why not? You can always share that and say, "Hey, here's this video of me wrestling." There might not be many people in the crowd, but it was a good match. So yeah, no such thing. I love exposure. It's good for everyone.
Yeah, so you've said where people can find you such as shows, but like if they want to find you and support you on like social media, where can they find you at?
Okay, I'm probably most active on Facebook, and if you just type Andy Header right there, my name right there, you can find me on Facebook. I'll come up, post on there. Usually, I always share my flyers. Like I often feel like when the shows come up, my story is the flyer for that show. Like right now is the XW flyer, and I'll do that for whatever show. On Instagram, I believe I am _Andy Header. Just type my name in here, I should come up, and then Twitter is the pun, the sexual innuendo, and I am at Get Some Header on Twitter. So there you go. I don't post much on Twitter because I don't get much engagement. It's weird. Like I can post a picture of me with like the president and a space alien, and I would not get like one like. And I'll post the same picture on Facebook, and people would just explode. Like I don't know. For some reason on Twitter, I don't know. I share the flyers and stuff, but I don't get any interaction on there. Even though I have followers, I don't know. I don't get Twitter. But yeah, find me on Facebook. So if you want to, message me on there if you're interested in booking or anything, or just want to follow me, that's fine. I post a lot of funny things and pictures. I like to be funny. I like to review sodas and now movies. I'm trying to watch one movie a week this year. Last year I watched a whopping 2 movies. So yeah, sometimes it's hard for me to sit down for like too long. Like I gotta do something else. So I'm gonna post a movie. I'm gonna review a movie every week, watch it, and then post a little goofy review and try to be funny, along with all the rest of the stuff. So yeah, that's where to find me.
So like off topic, but if you had like okay, so do you think there's gonna be like an age that you're gonna be like, okay, I'm done wrestling, or is it gonna be more of like an injury kind of thing?
You know, a lot of the older guys say, hey, as long as you can go and you're still having good matches, keep going. Like the one guy said, go until the wheels fall off. Like I don't know if you should go quite that long. Like if you're getting there and it hurts and everything hurts, then maybe you should probably stop. As long as you're in good health and you're having good matches and people like watching you wrestle, then continue to wrestle. Like I don't have a set like this age, I'm done. I'm not like that. As long as I'm having fun and I'm still having good matches, I'm gonna keep going. Why stop?
Yeah, exactly. Like kind of every time a wrestler says it's gonna be like an injury kind of thing, we bring up Ric Flair, and he'd be like, "Can you imagine walking down with like a cane or a freaking elderly kind of thing?" It's always so funny.
Yeah, and then like a lot of guys like that, they'll get injured, but then they'll come back. Like a lot of the times you'll see in wrestling that people come back, they retire, and they come back, and then they retire again and come back. Like Terry Funk came back 100 times. So like usually when guys say, "Oh, I'm done," that's it. They probably
Yeah.
come back. Yeah, if they don't wrestle, they'll be a manager, or they'll be backstage or something. They'll just run their own shows. But yeah, as long as you can go, why not? Like
Exactly.
don't say, hey, when I'm gonna be, whatever. I'm out at 35, or I'm at 40 or 50 even. But if you can still go. I mean, like look at AJ Styles. AJ Styles is like 44 or something. He's still great. No one thinks that. I mean, age is a weird thing. Something like, oh, so-and-so's old. Look at Edge. Edge is what, almost 50 probably. You still want to watch Edge wrestle, right? Like, there's a certain point. Like Ric Flair probably shouldn't wrestle anymore. But as long as you can still go and you look good.
Yeah, exactly. Who's gonna stop him? He's gonna do wrestlers do whatever they want, But my dad actually has a question. He says, what title behind you is your favorite title?
Oh, okay. This is pretty easy. So obviously when I was a kid, it was the late 80s, early 90s, not to date myself. So right there, we'll tilt this up a little bit. What would be I love the right there, the Bret Hart, what they would call the Winged Eagle, right there. The first one there you can see is the ECW World Title, which was cool. But that one, that World Title, that WWF one, that Bret Hart had, and that Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man, that title that was around from like 85 to like 98 when Steve Austin got the new one. That's probably one of my favorite belts. Of the IWGP belt, which is too heavy to hang on the wall, which I have, is over there on my mantle. So that one, the old IWGP title that Okada and Kenny Omega had, that one is probably my second favorite. But yeah, that Bret Hart one, the Winged Eagle as they call it. So if you go online, it's like Winged Eagle. That would be the WWF title. I mean, there's a couple of cool titles now. Like the AEW one, it's all right. And all the WWE titles right now are kind of like, the women's tag team are cool, but like the main WWE one I don't really like. Even though I have like, right, where is it? Right there.
Really?
I have they're not like the real one. They're like the toy replica ones. They're not like real, but they look cool. I was like, I got them cheap at when Toys R Us went out of business. But they're cool. Like I don't know, the ROH titles are all pretty cool. But my favorite probably that Winged Eagle and then the IWGP World Title. Not the current one, the old one. The current one is like it looks like a robotic like that. It looks like I don't know. It's stupid. Don't like it.
Yeah, when I was like in my like tiny wrestling fan years, I collected so much wrestling stuff. I had so many figurines. I had so many of the belts. And then once I got older, I'm like, I rather just go to the shows. And like with me, I'm more of an indies girl than like WWE, like bigger promotions kind of thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's
It's
cool.
just yeah, I say it all the time. I think it's more of like a fan interaction kind of thing. Like with those big ones, you're not gonna have fan interaction. Like with PPW and all these smaller ones, there's like the wrestlers could be arguing with the fans if they're a heel and or
Mhm.
whatever.
Yeah.
That's why I like wrestling so much.
That's cool. Yeah, especially on the indie level, it is much more intimate and personal. Like you can yell at the rest of them, they're probably gonna look back. I mean, yeah, you can do that raw, but are you gonna be close enough to the ring for them to even hear you or anything like that? And like, yeah, if you meet someone from WWE, you're probably gonna have to pay, and it's gonna be $50. You have to wait in line, and you get an hour, and you're like, "Hey, Charlotte, nice to meet you. All right, see you, bye." You know, like whereas indie show, you can walk right up to them, and you're there, and you can
Right.
have a couple minutes with them rather than, "Hey, bye, or thanks, love you, bye." You know, so like,
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
it is cool that you can meet the wrestlers and stuff, like because like if you wait, like my friends paid money, they met like. Oh, they're like, John Cena's really cool, but all we got to say was, "Hey, John, how's it going?" We got a picture like, "Hey, all right, bye." So like, a lot of them meet and greet, and then you got to pay money. Whereas like at an indie show, most guys will probably take a picture with you for free, or they'll say, "Hey, buy a shirt or buy a sticker or a picture or something," and yeah, I'll take a picture. So and then sign it. So yeah, indie is the if you want to meet the wrestlers, it's the way to go. What was your favorite uh not I guess guy on WWE that you liked? Like who's your favorite?
In like indies or whatever.
No, like just like non-indie. Like who's your favorite like big time star?
Mm. I've had a lot. I think like mainly like I was so like a females kind of girl. Like when I first got into it, I loved them. It was Paige and AJ Lee. I was like,
Oh,
those
okay.
are my girls and the Bella twins. But now it's more like Liv Morgan, and my favorite is Damage Control with Bailey. Oh my gosh, I love Bailey.
Oh, nice. Bailey is good. I like Damage Control, Bailey, Io, and Dakota. I like them all. So there you go.
Yeah,
Obviously, my number one is Alexa. So
yeah. I
everyone
mean,
have your favorite. Your favorite can be whoever your favorite is, as long as you have one, I guess.
yeah, if you guys have not seen Andy Hedder's Christmas cards, make sure you're checking out his Facebook because I was not expecting he gave me a Christmas card at the PPW show. I was like expecting it to be like, one of like a regular card, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, what the hell?"
Like
And I
just
showed her,
Santa
"That's
so
not
it's
you."
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I was like, "That's not you." And then I showed my dad. He's like, "Andy Hedder's a woman?" It was so freaking funny. But yeah, make sure you're checking that out if you haven't.
Yeah, every year I do one. I try to be like a different character every year. It's something a little bit different. So that way, it's like you can't buy everyone a gift, but you can give them a card that they'll remember. Like if I gave you a Christmas card with Santa on it, it just says to you and your family, Merry Christmas. You open it, you're like, that was cool, it was nice, but you're gonna forget it. You're not gonna forget my cards. A lot of people are like I keep them on the fridge all year long. I think it's like I collect them like have every one of them. So yeah, I like doing that. It's fun. It's unique. It is a little expensive. Like I sent out 80 cards this year. Like, why didn't I get one? I'm like, well, I don't want to spend hundreds of dollars on cards for everyone. So like, not everyone gets one. I'm sorry, but at least you can get the picture. Like I can send you a digital file. There we go, an NFT.
Exactly. So UCW says EC Dub.
I guess you've probably seen the ECW title there. ECW was great when it was around, and that ECW was actually at the Hamburg Fieldhouse. Tying it back to AXW tomorrow. ECW was there 2 times. I went to both shows at the Hamburg Fieldhouse back in like 98, 99, maybe 2000, somewhere around there. Yeah.
So you're old man Andy Head. No, I'm just kidding.
I wasn't wrestling. I was a kid. So yeah, but a lot of people, I'm older than I look. So I am 40. I don't care. Everyone's
40?
yes, how about that? Everyone thinks I'm somewhere like 10 years younger. My mom looks much younger, so and they kind of look at me like, "You young kids," and when they're like old guys are about wrestling, they're like, "Oh, they're young kids over there." I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm probably almost as old as you are, but no big deal. So
Fine. We'll just tell
who do
them
you live
you're.
with? What was that?
Yeah, you'll just tell them that you're this age, but you're not that age. You'll just say you're in your 20s.
Yeah, that's why I don't like. Usually, I don't bring up age. Like, I don't care. That's why I say like, age don't mean anything to me. Obviously, I can still go. So
Yeah,
who
exactly.
cares?
As for like the fan interaction, like we've said, like that's the biggest thing for indie shows. I was gonna say there are those people like the heels that I know who to mess with, and then there's the ones that like I'm not gonna say anything to you. Like if you're a heel, I will like obviously I love your character, I love you as a wrestler, but if you're a heel, I'm gonna badmash you and I'm gonna be like, you suck, and I'm just gonna boo you. But as for like Lucius Crow and Phil Insane, I will not say anything to them. They'll come out and I'm like, I'm scared. I'm just gonna sit here and be quiet.
That's funny. That's when you know like they're a good bad guy. Like they always say like Minoru Suzuki in New Japan, like when he would come near the announcers, like, oh my god, he's gonna get us. Like everyone just stay still. So that's kind of cool. You need intimidating, imposing characters in wrestling. You know, you want to have guys that you're kind of afraid of, because if you're not afraid of them, like, oh, I can get in there, I can beat that guy up. But then you see those guys and you're like, I don't want to mess with him. Don't come over here, please. That's cool.
Yeah, I think it's like the height difference is what scares me, and the mask that Phil Insane has.
Mm-hmm.
When he comes out, like when they were on the podcast, he didn't say like barely said anything, and he just had the pig mask in the corner. I'm like, I have to go to bed after this, and y'all are scaring me.
A little creepy, eh? Doesn't he have like a leather apron too that he wears?
Mm-hmm.
Like yeah, so it's very horror movie villain-esque. There, that's what I got it out.
Yeah.
So, for those that don't know.
Yeah, and Lucius Crow, man, the tiny man. I was at the last PPW show. I was talking to, I think it was Encore, and he popped behind me out of nowhere. I was like, what the heck? And then I go back to turn to talk to him, and then he's gone. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I don't have to talk to you. That's fine with me.
Yeah, I mean, not very tall, but the other way, huge.
Like, if he was the one standing behind me, I probably would have peed my pants. He scares me. Like, he actually, like, I'm not scared of no one at wrestling, but he...
I think I said something to him, like, I was like, you're bigger than everybody here, brother. Stop working out.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
No, he's scary.
Physically intimidating. But that's good for wrestling. You want to have characters that stand out. Because if everyone looked the same, then you'd be like, oh, cool. But, you don't... What's the difference from one to the other? But when you stand out, that's why I have half blonde hair, like around the side, like to stand out, just look different. Because and if everyone looks the same, it's like blah, So yeah, you need intimidating, imposing guys like him and others like who's the Dark STG? Remember when he was in PPW? He had all that face paint, and he was only in a couple shows. Scary guy. I'm like, wow, who's that guy? I didn't see him. I'm like, okay,
Right? Oh my god, when he would come out, my biggest pet peeve is like obviously his intro was like cue the lights, like he'd come out dark and then appear in the ring. People would turn their flashlights on. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're taking the fun out of fun.
Yeah, just let it go.
Yeah. Are you scared of the dark? Like if Phil Insane with the pig mask came out, I would never come to a PPW show ever again.
Nice.
But
yeah, I don't like when they shine the light. Like, don't ruin. The lights will come back on. Just give it a couple seconds.
Yeah, like if you're scared, just hold your mom's hand. No, I'm just kidding.
Hold someone's hand. Someone sit next to you at the show. Hold their hand until the lights come back on.
But as for Sabrina, obviously she died. But I know if she was here, she'd say, thank you so much for coming on. I know you were definitely on my list. I was like, we got to get Andy Header. And then she booked you before me. So.
Yeah. She messaged me on the Instagram, and then they seen her at that RCW show. So sorry about the beginning when I had terrible internet for some reason. Don't know why. Because it's weird. I'm on Wi-Fi now, and it's perfectly fine. It was fun. Hopefully, I can come on again and talk and promote shows. But before you wrap this up, we got XW tomorrow at Hamburg Fieldhouse in Hamburg, Pennsylvania. Tickets start $5. You can sit in the bleacher for $5. You can see me wrestle tomorrow. We're wrestling Goldie. You can meet Savio Vega from back in the day. He's going to be there. I believe with JC Storm is signing up.
She's another one. Her and Johnny Moran are on that level.
You don't like her. Well, then you won't be getting a picture or autograph from her then tomorrow. Eh?
Oh, that's fine. She could keep her pictures and autographs for herself.
Well, You can
They're
run
having
by
like a fan fest kind of thing, right? Before
Yeah,
the
I think it's. I don't know when doors open. It's probably like for like an hour, maybe beforehand, or half an hour, and then at intermission. I don't. A lot of them guys aren't girls aren't wrestling on the show. They're just there for like a meet and greet type thing. I don't know if they're gonna have that all the time. I know the guys that run the Legends of Hamburg wrestling convention that they had in the summer. They are a part of AXW too. So they're bringing in people to meet and greet, and then the con I believe is going to be in September this year, which is just to meet the wrestlers and take pictures, and there's a show later that evening. So yeah, we can meet a lot of people. You can see a bunch of matches. I think there's 8 matches announced.
Yeah.
So it should be a good time. That's this weekend. We got UCW on the 22nd in Hazleton. That is a Sunday show, and it does start at 2. We go to the UCW Facebook. Just type in Undisputed, I believe, Undisputed Championship Wrestling, and you find that on Facebook. And that's like the only show. No PPW show this month, and I don't have any personal shows. But if you do have an indie next to you or near to you, or if it's relatively close, go check it out. Check it out at least once, because it might be one guy you like, one girl you like, and if you follow them, they might be big. Just like Action, like I said, Action Andretti, PPW. Who would have known he'd be in AEW and side to be wrestling Chris Jericho and beating Chris Jericho of all people?
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Andy Header just did our outro. So thank you so much for coming on, and thank you for doing our outro. So like he said, come out to AXW tomorrow, $5. You get a picture with him. You could buy whatever merch he has.
Mm-hmm. Probably bandanas. I'm gonna throw one shirt out to the crowd. I might even get rid of them just because I want to get new ones and start.
Yeah, like just go in wrestling debt. It's fine. You'll pay it back.
Yeah, what's money?
Yeah, right. What's
buy
the
a shirt? You can always wear a shirt.
Exactly. But thank you all for tuning in and joining tonight's episode. Make sure you're giving Andy a follow, and make sure you're tuning in on Sunday, because we have 2 episodes coming to you, and then we have 2 episodes during the week. So make sure you're also following us on social media so you won't miss any of it. Bye.
See you later.